proprietor of Giftland Mall, Mr. Roy Bepat, had signaled his interest to sell electricity to the Guyana Power and Light Inc. while the mall was still being constructed. The business is generating its own electricity, which is 3.2 megawatts in excess of its demand. According to active chief executive of GPL, Mr. Renford Homer, Giftland had proposed to sell the power company its surplus electricity, but the proposal did not appear to cut a good business deal.
The time in which the Giftland Mall was desirous of supplying energy to GPL was really not in keeping with the time that we would actually benefit from that excess energy coming from them. In other words, they were suggesting a time, I think, between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Mr. Homer says peak demand for electricity is usually between 6:30 p.m. and 9 p.m., but Giftland's proposal did not gel with current demand.
So as far as generation capacity is concerned, between 10 and 1, GPL is reasonably solid with respect to its capacity. So taking on board the offer to supply the energy at a time when it's not really needed would not have made economic sense to GPL. And we did communicate that to the Giftland Mall.
In addition to the technical side of things, Deputy Operations Manager Mr. Elwin Marshall noted that GPL has to purchase power at a reasonable rate in order to retail to consumers at a reasonable rate.
GPL has to purchase the power at a rate that when we sell it back to the consumer, we don't lose, right? These things have been negotiated. We had initial discussions with Giftland. They had a certain concept in terms of the price they wanted to sell to the product to GPL, which was not in consonance with what we would have liked to pay. So as I said, it's their technical and financial implications, and it's not just a case that we're okay, be willing to supply it with power.
GPL also said it is putting systems in place to reduce power outages. According to Mr. Marshall, GPL currently has a generating capacity of 104 megawatts, excluding the minimum of 8 megawatts of power available to the company from the Skeldon Sugar Factory. He said too, when the Garden of Eden Wartzilla plant goes into full operation by this Friday, an additional 5.5 megawatts of power will be added to the grid. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.